The Ultimatum. Queer love was filled with twists and turns, but after the season finale and shocking reunion aired, it's time to talk about where the cast members are now. The hit Netflix reality TV series was revolutionary in featuring 5 female and non-binary couples, but it still followed the structure of the inaugural season of The Ultimatum: marry or move on. One partner in each relationship issued an ultimatum to their respective partners, and the results were explosive. The 5 pairs introduced in The Ultimatum: Queer Love were Sam Marks and Aussie Chow, Lexi Goldberg and Ray Chung Sutton, Vanessa Papa and Xander Boger, Tiff Durr and Mildred Woody, and Yoli Rojas and Mal Wright. While some trial marriage pairs made palpable connections, like the chemistry between Yoli and Mal, others stained their relationships by simply hooking up, like Vanessa and Ray. However, tea was spilled at the reunion after the fallout of the 4 original couples getting engaged. Lexi Ray. When Ray proposed to Lexi, she was happy to accept, and the pair seemed poised to begin their lives together. Lexi had issued Ray the ultimatum, and while Ray experimented physically with Vanessa during their trial marriage, she ultimately returned to Lexi. However, Lexi tended to railroad Ray throughout the season, and Ray had zero self-esteem. Watching Ray get constantly run over by Lexi's overbearing personality was difficult to watch. Ray and Lexi were still together at the reunion and planning their wedding. However, the two broke off their engagement shortly after the reunion aired. Post-filming, Lexi continues working as an Instagram influencer. She also alluded to a new relationship, but kept their identity secret. While Lexi and Mal don't have a romantic relationship, they've become close friends and FaceTime regularly, according to Netflix Tudum. According to Ray's Instagram, her life seems to be filled with travel, friends, and sunshine. She works as a software engineer in Los Angeles and appears to have fully parted ways with Lexi. The show taught her to speak up and advocate for herself. Tiff and Mildred were constantly at odds with each other, yet, Tiff still proposed to an excited Mildred in the season finale. In every scene together, one would accuse the other of talking over them. Additionally, Tiff raised red flags about Mildred marrying and divorcing someone she never loved. There was also some expressed dissent about handling Tiff's relationship with Mildred's 16-year-old son who has disabilities. Perhaps the giant red flag was Tiff and Mildred's nearly weekly breakups, leading to filming Mildred's constant gaslighting of Tiff, which was expanded upon in their fiery reunion exchange. In the reunion, it was revealed that not only had Tiff and Mildred broken off their engagement, but Mildred was arrested during a domestic dispute. She allegedly threw a gate at Tiff and broke a window. As tensions rose during the reunion, Tiff ended up leaving, and despite Sam's best efforts, they decided to leave the premises. Since the reunion, Tiff has been busy utilizing their newfound fame to host the Fweebs podcast with Karina Gonzalez and has a Cameo account. They've also been partnering with Instagram brands and promoting their services as an LGBTQ+ coach. Mildred continues her work as a Zumba instructor and regularly connects with her fans on Instagram. As Tiff began a smear campaign against Mildred as a narcissist, Mildred also began posting her side of the story. While she came across as in the wrong during the reunion, it's obvious she's trying to fix her image. Sam and Aussie's rollercoaster ride on The Ultimatum. Queer love culminated in a proposal and engagement in the season finale. Aussie's appearance on the show was a mistake, but it worked out for the pair in the end. While Aussie's selfishness and stonewalling were wholly inappropriate and validated by Mildred during their trial marriage, their willingness to change was commendable. Some scenes were difficult to watch because Aussie unraveled their unresolved childhood trauma, but Sam's patience was incredible in those moments. Sam and Aussie revealed they were still together at the reunion, but Sam still hadn't met Aussie's parents. As the pair plans their wedding, they'll focus more on emotional healing and growth than setting a date. However, according to Netflix, the only cast members from the show to be invited to the wedding are Tiff and Vanessa. While Aussie doesn't feel ready to have a relationship with Mildred yet, they want that door to be open in the future. For now, Aussie needs to heal themselves, find who they are, and solidify their relationship with Sam. Xander and Vanessa were the only pair to say no on their ultimatum day. While Vanessa exhibited growth throughout the show, her dad was astute in suggesting she didn't want to marry Xander, she didn't want to lose her. This observation proved true, and the two rightfully parted ways. While Vanessa was initially cast as the villain, her red flags softened throughout the season to reveal a person who was still exploring her queer identity and just wasn't ready for marriage yet, and would maybe never be. Today, Vanessa and Xander remain estranged, despite their sweet moment at the reunion. Unsurprisingly, Vanessa is single and enjoys not being tied to anyone. She also moved to Los Angeles after filming. Xander still lives in Hawaii but is considering a move to Los Angeles or San Diego, where The Ultimatum, Queer Love was filmed. While she and Yoli met up at Coachella, unbeknownst to Mal, their connection fizzled out once they were both single. Xander is taking time for herself before jumping into a new relationship. Yoli Mal. Despite Yoli's tearful acceptance of Mal's proposal in the season finale, the pair broke up shortly after filming. They tried to make it work, but the same issues kept popping up, and Yoli was still clearly hung up on Xander. Mal's patience with Yoli finally wore thin in the finale, and she accused Yoli of being a liar. When asked if the former couple were still friends, Mal succinctly answered that she couldn't be friends with someone who lies to her. Both Mal and Yoli are currently single. This is a massive deal for Yoli, who has jumped from relationship to relationship since she was 17. The show made her realize she needed to work on herself before attaching herself to another person. While she was in contact with Xander, their relationship fizzled like hers and Mal's. Yoli may have inadvertently burned Mal while working through her own feelings on the show, but Mal remains as understanding as ever. The best outcome of the show was the addition of a new lifelong friend, Lexi. Of the 5 couples, only one, Sam and Aussie, are still on the road to marriage. The rest have gone their separate ways. However, the healing and growth exhibited by every cast member on the show were worth the journey. The couples who broke up weren't meant to get married, and many are now in therapy to work through their past trauma. While most people wouldn't expose their vulnerabilities on-screen, perhaps shows like The Ultimatum, Queer Love can encourage others to speak up in their relationships, insist on being chosen, and unravel the trauma that impedes their ability to show up in their lives. Source: Lexi Goldberg, Instagram. Netflix Tudum. Raylyn Chung Sutton, Instagram. Fweebs Podcast. Tiff Durr, Cameo. Mildred Aurelie Bustillo, Instagram.